Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. The race for the area's 8th congressional seat continues to heat up as candidates make their final pitch to the voters.
And Dr. Kristen Lyerly is the only Democrat running in tomorrow's partisan primary. On the other side of the aisle, 3 Republicans are on the ballot, including Tony Weed, Roger Roth, and State Senator Andre Jacques. Chief political reporter Jason Zimmerman has been on the campaign trail. He's live in the newsroom with your voice, your vote coverage. Jason.
Cami, all 3 candidates on the GOP side today telling me that the race tomorrow night could go right down to the wire as they continue to seek out undecided voters, knowing turnout will decide who moves on to face Dr. Kristen Lyerly in November. On the eve of the partisan primary, all 3 candidates on the Republican side of the ballot campaigning for last-minute votes. From door knocks and dropping off flyers to shaking hands out in public.
We've been in every county over the last week. We were in Kewaunee County, we're in Marinette County, we're in Calumet County over the last 3 days, and the momentum is great. People are ready for a fresh perspective in Washington. They're ready for a political outsider, someone that is not a career politician.
Tony Weed continues to tout himself as the Trump-endorsed candidate.
Tony's the guy as your next congressman.
But State Senator Andre Jacques and Roger Roth also aligning themselves with the former president in their ads.
The right man to secure our border.
Roger Roth for Congress.
While having breakfast Monday with his family, Roth told us he doubts that single endorsement will decide the race.
At the end of the day, all politics is local. This election is going to come down to who people think can best go out to Washington and represent this district. And again, I'm the candidate that's got small business experience, military experience. I can go out to D.C. and lead on these important issues on day one.
Both Roth and Weed have enjoyed a sizable financial advantage against Jacques, who says he's hoping to overcome that by reaching out to voters directly like he did Monday in this De Pere neighborhood.
I'm just going to continue to pound the pavement, meet with people directly as much as I can, make phone calls tomorrow. But, yesterday we had 3 church picnics and the Casco Parade. Didn't see my opponents at any of them, so feeling really good that we're out working everybody again.
Besides the partisan primary to decide who moves on to November, there's also a special election on the ballot tomorrow to fill the rest of Mike Gallagher's term. So you will have to vote twice, and those votes can be for the same person or 2 entirely different people. Bill and Cami, back to you.